Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to my life. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to be with you once again to share some value. I'm Ogo Hilary. I'm a social media expert and online business coach. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm here to share some value. And the title of my topic is how to increase your conversion. How to increase your conversion by avoiding decision quicksand, part 1. How to increase your conversion by avoiding decision quicksand, part 1. What if I ask you a question of making a choice between Coke or Pepsi, or paper or plastic, or debit or credit? There's something oddly satisfying about this or that question, isn't there? They are just so simple considering how burnt out our brains can become on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes it's refreshing to have even the most trivial decision and preferences so clearly defined. It's a lot easier than solving the where should we eat argument or planning your meals for the week, right? It's no wonder Mark Zuckerberg is said to conserve mental energy by wearing the exact same clothes to work every day. Think about the most complicated, nerve-wracking decision in your life. They are brimming with choices, what ifs, variables. When you sit down to look for a new house, there's a laundry list of points to consider. Neighboring home values, mortgage rates, crime statistics. Just talking about this stuff can make you a bit anxious. Same rules apply when you are thinking of test driving a new car. The make of the car, the model, the mileage, and every dealer trying to take you for a ride is exhausting, very exhausting. Now ask yourself, are you putting the same stress and pressure on your prospects? Ask yourself this question, are you putting the same stress and pressure on your prospects? Sometimes even the most seasoned marketers make the rookie mistake of unintentionally overwhelming their prospects. That is true. They make that mistake of unintentionally overwhelming their prospects. And I'm not talking about being too pushy either. In fact, one of the most common ways we turn people off is by offering too many choices. That is it. One of the most common ways we turn people off is by offering too many choices. The customer isn't right always. The customer isn't always right. In an era where we want every color of the latest gadgets loaded with dozens of new features and functions, it's tempting to market our own product and services the same way to try and please everybody. Spoiler alert, you can't please everybody. And as a result, you should always adopt a less is more mentality. Yes, you should always adopt a less is more mentality when it comes to what you are selling. Because as you will soon see, limiting choices makes sealing the deal exponentially easier. Yes, limiting choices makes sealing the deal exponentially easier. The problem with choices, to illustrate this point, let's sink our teeth into some statistics. According to the Wall Street Journal, there were reportedly 353 unique size and types of toothpaste available on supermarket shelves across America as of 2011, and yet there are at least a few dozen more available from as in 2018. I think we can all agree that there's an insane amount of choices. Now, when most of us go to buy toothpaste, we probably buy the old reliable brand. We probably buy the old reliable brand we've been you've been using for years. I mean, that's the brand that I've been used to, that I've been using for years with a second thought. Excuse me. But let's say you did want to choose a new brand among hundreds. Where will you even start? Yes, where will you even start? I recently experienced this firsthand when browsing for toothpaste. I kid you not, it took me about 10 minutes to weigh the benefit between the brands, while also doing a bit of side research on my phones. I mean, I had to decide whether I wanted a healthy mouth or a powerful smile. Not to mention added bonuses such as limited ingredients or enamel defense to mull over. Eventually, I made my choice with no small amount of hesitation. And I'll be honest, most of us would be hard pressed to notice any difference between one brand versus the other. My choices turned out to be pretty much meaninless, despite seeming so critical, important at that time. This phenomenon of getting stuck while making even the most trivial of choices has a name, by the way. A paper published in the Journal of Consumer Research calls it decision quicksand. Sounds clear writing. It turns out that having too many choices is a nightmare for decision making. Having too many choices is a nightmare for the decision making process. People tend to confuse the difficulty of arriving at a decision with the importance of the decision itself. We are hardwired to subject ourselves to this phenomenon. It happens when you go to pick out a new toothpaste. It happens when you even mean to go to the store for a gallon of milk and come back with a cart full of junk. And you better believe it happens to your prospect when they are evaluating your ads and offer. It also happens to your prospect when they are evaluating your ads and offer. How to avoid decision quicksand once and for all. Your prospect deal with a decent array of choices. Your prospect deal with a decent array of choices when it comes to picking a product or services that meets their needs. They have no shortage of options either. Food for thought, there are well over 1,400 network marketing or direct selling business opportunities out there today. That's not even taking into account the rigorous amount of affiliate marketing programs out there. Either your prospects are confused, overwhelmed, and skeptical as a result. They have every right to be as they weigh their option against their hard-earned cash. After all, they don't want to make the wrong choices. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the part 2. Thank you so much.